Welcome back to the video, guys. Thank you guys for joining me today, your boy Tony, on this beautiful morning. I love California weather. That's why I always update you guys on the weather. But today you guys are following us on IG. I post a lot of more stuff on there as to what's going on with the cars, what I'm doing, stuff like that, like in the process of making videos, because you guys pretty much just see the finished product. But on Instagram you guys see more of like the in-depth kind of stuff I'm trying to get ready for merch and all that good stuff. But with that being said, today yeah, this is currently what I'm dealing with. I've been trying to take off this freaking crank bolt because it's leaking from the seal. If you guys remember from when we pulled the motor out, I did have the brand new seal that came with the seal package that I got from Z1, but I couldn't take off the stock one, so I was like, I couldn't take off the one that was already on there, so I said, oh, it's fine, you know, and it's freaking leaking. So now I gotta figure out how to take off that crank seal, and I've already tried everything. I've already tried tying it to like the chassis. It ripped. I already tried putting the socket on with the breaker bar and leaning it against the chassis and cranking it. It still wouldn't budge. I tried an impact, still wouldn't budge. Speaking of which, I did have to take the fans off. They're over here, and these are getting beat up, man. These are honestly getting so beat up. If anybody is running aftermarket fans with an aftermarket radiator on a 350Z HR, make sure to comment down below or DM me, man. I got some questions for you guys, man. I'm trying to run another fan. I want something skinnier, something that takes up less space than that stock one, because realistically the distance I have from my fans hitting my accessories on my belt, so the tensioner, it's literally like a 1/4 inch. So I need to get more distance in between there in case anything happens. I don't want anything to get caught or whatever. So if anybody can answer that question for me, make sure to drop it down in the comments below. Shoot us a DM on our Instagram, man. Appreciate you guys so much. I am really out of options now, guys. I went to go pick up a torch, heated that thing up, and my homie came through. This is 1,200 foot-pounds and a torch, and I still couldn't get it out, man. I don't know what the hell happened in there. Never had this issue before, ever. With that being said, I did tell you guys I was gonna make a video for you guys, so today I'm gonna try to educate you guys on some that I get a lot of questions about, and try to make the best out of my day, do something a little bit productive. This has been beating me up for the past like 3 days, which is why I haven't been wanting to do this job. I knew it was gonna be difficult, never thought it was gonna be this bad, but we're gonna make the best out of it. With that being said, I got a lot of questions about how to gut my car, how to get my car to 2,800 pounds with no carbon fiber. I got a lot of questions about that. So right now what I'm gonna do is try to give you guys the best options you guys have to like reduce as much weight as you possibly can on your 350Z. And this can probably go for your G35 as well, but obviously it's not gonna weigh the same because the chassis is actually much heavier, just the bare chassis. So I'm gonna do my best to educate you guys. So since we're already in the front, I'm gonna show you guys the front. As you guys can see, I have all the lines removed for the power steering. My power steering, I relocated it right there. So basically all you have to do is take off all the hard lines and you only use the rubber lines. You take off all the hard lines, mount it to the side so you guys don't have all these hard lines in the way. Got rid of that. Got rid of my windshield washer fluid. You can carry like a gallon in there. And if you guys don't know, liquids are actually pretty heavy, man. I took out the center section right here. Took out the center section for more airflow. People told me not to do it, but I mean it's holding up fine, no issues at all, and I'll get a lot more airflow. I don't know how much that weighed, but it was pretty thick. Other than that, I don't really have anything else done. I got a lot of, obviously I have a wire tuck, which you guys know, so I got rid of a lot of the brackets that were right here holding in the wiring harness all over the car. And then I didn't really do that much, to be honest, besides obviously the condenser delete and the AC compressor delete and all the hard lines and whatnot. I got rid of all the hard lines that go all the way to the back. They end up like right here. So I got rid of all those hard lines. That's why everything's so clean. Everything's so clean, guys. Also in the motor, you guys have a bunch of hard lines right here behind the plenum, and all I have is this like 2 lines right here of rubber, because I deleted the coolant that goes through the throttle bodies, because I wouldn't even understand why you would want your throttle body warm in the first place. So I deleted all that, capped off the ends, got rid of all these hard lines you got back here, and I literally replaced it with this kit right here that I made myself, you know. As well as I got my PCV Delete. That one's probably not gonna make a huge difference in weight, but I literally deleted everything and just literally capped off right here and just put my 2 baby filters on here, man. One right there, one on the other side. Boom. I made a whole video explaining my coolant system and all that good stuff, so that will go a little bit more in depth into like simplifying the cooling system. So I got a lot of coolant stuff deleted. Let me show you guys pretty much just the main points. So you guys normally have a hard line from right here that runs all the way back to your heater hose. You guys normally have your heater hose that goes into that hole back there, but I don't have that. I have the starter wiring going through right there to tuck it, and you guys would normally have the other one on the other side. But what I did is I literally just ran a hose from the actual connector, and I ran a hose to the thermostat so it can open and close. So you guys would normally have a hard line right here, where I just have one rubber line, and the header has a heat shield, so I'm not really worried about it heating up, and my coolant temps have been fine. When I did my slave cylinder, I did get a new stainless steel line. So from the master to the actual slave is just one piece, no more brackets, no more hard lines, got rid of all that stuff. That really helped out. As well on this side, I literally just capped off this thing right, if you guys can see that, I capped it off right there. You guys can see it. I capped it off. That was the hard line as well for the actual heater core that goes in right there. Got rid of that stuff. You guys would also normally have another pulley right here, like a small one like this, for the AC condenser or AC compressor right here, but obviously I don't have that, and I got rid of that, so I ran my belt a little bit more simplified. Something I also did was take off the windshield wipers, and like the motor literally takes up this whole, like right from right here to right here. It's a fat motor. I took that out, recently put it back because I did not feel like risking my life that much, but it's just a helpful thing. Plus I still think I'm at 2,800 pounds. No worries, probably added like what, 5-7 pounds. I'm not really tripping on that, to be honest. This is gonna be like your try hard gut, because I've literally done everything I possibly can to this car to get it as light as possible. So I'm not really sure what else was right here. I'm pretty sure there was like a sensor and all that crap. Got rid of all that stuff. You see what I have here. As well as I got a lightweight crank pulley that I obviously can't take off now. This one is like, I believe the stock one is like 15 pounds. This one's like 5 or 4. So it's a crazy difference, but there's a lot of back and forth on whether or not this is a good mod. It doesn't really add power, it frees up power, but the only difference I feel like it makes is weight reduction. I try to get rid as much rotational mass as possible, but there's a lot of back and forth on this crank pulley thing because you're unbalancing the crank. But I've been running it for 2 years, no issues. I think there's a lot better things you can do for that money now that I'm experienced and I have it, because that was probably one of the first mods I did, but now it definitely would have gone a different route. But still happy with it. As well as the solid motor mounts, that I think the stock ones, I think it's like a 10-pound difference or something. The stock ones were ridiculously heavy. It's just no bueno. Got rid of those solid ones. There's a lot of vibration, and you literally feel every single time you shift. It's crazy, and I love it so much, man. Like I could not see this as something bad. For the windshield wiper, I'm gonna tell you everything I did with that. Since that's removed, I didn't need all the lines that run through here and feed through the wipers, so I got rid of all those lines, ripped it out, as well as the line that came all the way to the inside of the cabin through right here, because if you have a stock 350Z, you have a windshield wiper right here and it has a squirter right there. So I got rid of the nozzle, I got rid of everything, and I cut all those lines off, cut the windshield wiper off, no motor in there. That's why I have this, sponsored by Home Depot. Shout out to the plug. Lightweight wheels are gonna make a huge difference, man. These are like 19-20 pounds each, so that's ridiculously lighter than stock. 'Cause I have stock rims with my slicks on there, and it's pretty heavy, man. They're pretty heavy on there. As well as drilled and slotted rotors. I would definitely go 2-piece, but I can't go 2-piece on these stock calipers. I would have to upgrade to Brembo or Akebono, which I plan to do soon, just not right now, because it is a very rather extensive and expensive job. So that'll come later, no worries. We're not worried about that. We're gonna keep this car forever anyways. Now underneath the car, I didn't really do much. A lightweight exhaust does help out a lot. I did used to have a Tomei, which was a lot lighter than this thing. This thing is ridiculously heavy. I have a Tomei white pipe and test pipes. Getting rid of those stock cats is gonna make the most difference for you guys, because the stock cats are like 30 pounds each, and these test pipes are like 5 pounds a pop, bro. It's ridiculous. 5-7 pounds a pop, man. It's ridiculous. That's where you're gonna lose a lot of the weight, especially on exhaust, because if you guys know, a stock 350Z has a fat two-tip muffler, and it's ridiculously heavy, man. I needed like 2 people to get that thing out of there, bro. It was ridiculous, man. The exhaust on this car is ridiculously heavy, bro. That's where you're gonna lose a lot of weight. As well as I got rid of a lot of like random stuff, like this aluminum shield that was here for heat protection. Don't need it, got rid of it. That's pretty much it here, as well as like the bumper cut. I don't have any crash bars, obviously. Crash bars, a lot of people say that it doesn't make a huge difference, but I think with the stance, because some people, I'm gonna be honest, some people take off just the actual bar across and they leave like the actual plate right here to bolt it on. And I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the heaviest parts, so that's probably why you guys are not losing a lot of weight. And as well as I don't have anything in the front as well, I took off literally the whole thing, no bracketry, no nothing. Do everything as hard as I can, guys. That's it. That would be it for exterior, I believe. So I get a lot of questions about like my hatch and gutted, so I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the inside as to what I did. A little bit of a mess, don't worry guys, it's just my parts, my covers and all that stuff. Right off the bat, something I did was literally just gut this entire like back part. And usually what you have here is your spare tire, some compartment for tools right here, some random plastics over here, carpet, another plastic piece on top. It's ridiculous, bro. It literally sits like you wouldn't have normally this much space in here, but like since I gutted it, it's a lot. Just the tire alone weighs 30 pounds, man. Like this stuff is easy, man. As well as the motor back here, got rid of this motor and the wiper and all that stuff and the module and all that stuff. You guys normally have a weight here as well on your 350Z. The previous owner took it off. I think it's like a 20-pound weight. It's ridiculous. I don't know why you guys have it, but something else I did was there's these small random holes in the chassis, and literally what I did is I enlarged them as much as I could while still holding structural rigidity. So that's all over the rear of the car. It pretty much just goes through all over holes, you know. I pretty much just extended all these holes, made them bigger, as well as I cut off this back bar right here, because that thing was like, if you guys have a stock Z, you guys would know it's covered in plastic. It's really big, and I cut all that out. That one I wouldn't recommend, because unless you're gonna go like in a straight line and that's all you care about, and if you don't care about like chassis rigidity, like you could just go ahead and full send it and just cut that thing out. But I do feel it a lot, like the body roll when I'm like turning now, I do feel it a lot now, and I really wish I would have kept it. But I'm gonna get another one made. Don't even worry about it, guys, we'll take care of it. Like I said, I just literally extended all the holes everywhere. You guys got like brackets here to like hold in more brackets, and I literally just cut all that out. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys pretty much how I went about cutting out all this rear speaker wall. I hope you guys are appreciating the knowledge I'm sharing with you guys. Knowledge is power. If you guys are appreciating the effort I'm putting into you guys trying to teach you this, make sure to drop a video and a thumbs up, man. It means a lot to us, helps us out more than you guys can imagine. This is a spot weld cutter. You can buy these at Harbor Freight. This came in clutch to removing the whole speaker wall thing. So basically what a spot weld is like this. It's like I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's like these all over the car. They're right here, man. They're like all over the car, all over the place. So it really helps out to like clean it and like literally make it look smooth and whatnot. It really helps out a lot in that way. I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. I'm in the middle of the car. I'm gonna try to explain it as best I can. Yes, I know my car's dirty, well aware of that. But basically the speaker wall runs against all of these holes right here. These are all spot welds I cut out because I used to have like a sharp lip right here that I took off because I didn't like it and I wanted it to be smooth. But I literally cut as close as this as I could with an angle grinder, and I literally went all the way down. There is another, see, I went in too deep right there, but it's okay, no one knows, just us, keep it between us. And there's like all these random spot welds right here with like a bracket going across and all that. Like you guys can cut as close to this as possible with an angle grinder and then make it look clean like this with a spot weld cutter, and you could just literally take off the plastics like that. As well as the bottom, if you guys just cut it with an angle grinder, you guys are gonna have this ugly lip here. The spot welds are like right here. These are all like old spot welds and whatnot. Had to cut all that out. It literally runs all the way across. So that one was actually pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie. The whole speaker wall, I've seen people drop like 200 pounds with just literally gutting the rear like this. This is dropping at 200 pounds from what I've seen. As well as like right here, you're gonna have another bracket that you can take off with just getting off the spot welds. The spot welds really cleans up the job and makes it look nice and like OEM and whatnot. So that's what I recommend. I would just start attacking the corners and whatnot of the speaker wall and just taking it all out. You don't have a lot of like stuff like wiring and whatnot. I only had wires for the speaker that came along over here and came across over here, and as well as this sensor. I don't know what this sensor does, to be honest. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. It like hangs right here off a bracket, like inside the cabin, like inside the actual speaker wall. It like hangs right here. I don't know what it's for, to be honest. I just left it plugged in. Other than that, it wasn't that hard, to be honest. Just taking off all the plastics and whatnot. If you guys just take off the plastics, you guys would probably only lose like 40-50 pounds. And that's me being very, very generous, because those plastics don't really weigh a lot. But they do make a difference, since I literally have no plastics anymore. None at all. Nice. And then I just painted it to make it all look nice and whatnot. All of this stuff is like Dynamat from the previous owner. That's why I have it. So if I didn't have all of this, the car would be even more light. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. Another thing I would recommend is suspension. I didn't really think that the coilover is going to make a huge difference, but like compared to the stock ones, they're actually helping out a lot in the way of like light. Helping out with like dropping weight or whatnot, because the stock ones are actually pretty big and pretty fat and pretty heavy, man. Now let's hop into the favorite part of my car, which is the interior. All right, first thing you see when you open the door, I have these door cards. Don't have door panels no more. Ditched them. Got rid of all this stuff. Still have my buttons and whatnot. Still fully functionable. No speaker. Did end up taking that out, as well as my radio. That's gone as well. If you guys have seen those videos. Now, I know there's levels to this, guys, and I know some of you don't want to go this crazy, but I'm giving you guys all the knowledge I know so that you guys can do whatever you guys want with it. You know, so I'm going to show you guys what I used to get my car to 2,800 pounds with no carbon fiber. So I'm going to show you guys everything I know. Starting with the seats. I got these seats. These seats weigh literally nothing. They weigh literally nothing. It's just a fiberglass bucket. They don't weigh anything. The brackets, on the other hand, were actually very heavy. These are Bell Raceworks one-piece brackets. So it's directly bolted to the actual ground from the seat. You guys can see that. If you guys got like sliders and all that stuff, I think they're like, I used to have like Buddy Club, I think they were called. And those things were actually heavier than the seat. So I sold those like just gone. Like, and these are much better. These are still heavy, but they're light. As well as seat belts, you have a huge thing on the seat belt that literally takes up this whole compartment right here with the seat belt. So I got rid of that, ditched that weight. These are much lighter, guys. And the harness bar, you know, harness bar doesn't really weigh anything. It's pretty light. I got no carpet, and I got rid of the actual like sound deadening and like hardening material on here. If you guys haven't seen that video, I used dry ice to get all that stuff out and just hammered it all out, guys. It's really not that hard. It's a fun day with the boys, if anything. Other than that, what else do I got done? No center console, no nothing. I got rid of like the safety features right here. Like there's a box right here with a huge bracket that's for like the airbags and whatnot. But obviously I don't have an airbag, which is another weight reduction right here with the steering wheel. Let me show you guys. This thing almost weighs nothing. You know, happy with it. No airbag on the passenger side as well. Since we talked about not having AC in here, I did get rid of like the actual machine right here, or like the actual thing for like the AC and the heater controls and whatnot, and like literally sat right there and took up. It's huge. I also have made a video on that, guys, so if you guys don't remember that thing is huge and heavy, bro. So literally the whole heating and cooling system will save you a ton of weight, bro. I would say well over 100 pounds, bro. Well over that, you know. And I got rid of all the vents and like venting and whatnot, and like plastic tubes that go throughout the whole chassis. There's literally none of that no more. No side pillars, no headliner. Like, just, you know, listen, don't suck, man. Always good motivation to have. Yeah, man, I literally don't have anything. I literally chopped up my dash, my center console, you know, chopped up everything, man. I don't know much of what else you could do. I kept this one because I cover like my fuses and whatnot to get from getting like messed up. So that's that. All right, hopped over on the passenger side. I got rid of the bracket that holds in my ECU. There's like a bracket right here, and it's like pretty thick and huge. So all I did is I got a 10 mil and I screwed it onto one of the existing studs on the firewall, and it's been holding up ever since, man. You know, and on like right here, if you guys can see that right here, let me see right there. If you guys can see that, I did like a job right there to close the hole. I put a piece of like acrylic on top, and I RTV'd the bottom so that no water would go in there. Basically what that was for air to go like to the heater core and all that good stuff that was under there. As well as this, like, what do you guys call this, the dash bar. it like had all this metal right here for like the center console and the radio and all that, and I literally chopped all that out, so it's literally like a straight bar all the way across. Got rid of literally all the bracketry right here to hold the airbag. All this other brackets right here I got rid of as well. Let me give you guys that look inside. I know my car's dirty. I'm sorry about that, guys. I really wanted to clean it, but I'm not done working on the car, so I'm just gonna clean it once it's ready. You feel me? I'm trying to remember something else that I might have forgotten, but I just can't remember anything else. I think that's the majority of what I can help you guys with, and I believe that's it, guys. I didn't really do anything crazy. No carbon fiber. All I really try to do was simplify literally everything on this car, make it literally only the stuff I need. A true driver's car. Like this is literally what I wanted from the start right here. Not broken down and like dirty and all that stuff, but like, you know, in the form of like lightness. And I'm pretty happy with where it's at. I do plan to like cut up the hood and whatnot, but that'll come later, because the carbon fiber hoods almost weigh the same, because it's not actual carbon fiber. It's a carbon fiber skin, and then everything underneath is fiberglass, so it's actually like pretty much the same way as a stock hood. None of this stuff was actually hard. I just did a lot of like research and like learned a lot before I actually started to cut stuff and all that good stuff, but it wasn't that hard. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them down in the comments below or shoot me a DM, man. I'm always here to help you guys. Always want to see your cars all gutted and stuff. Some of you guys actually send me pictures of you guys cutting your cars, and it's super cool to see that, man. It makes me so happy. Before I go, I just wanted to give my word of advice for today. This bolt has been kicking my ass for like 3 days, man, and honestly, something that a lot of you guys question me on is like, when you guys don't get something right, you guys ask me whether or not, like, what's the worst case scenario of something happening, you know? And I think that's not the right mindset to have. I think the right mindset to have is do it once, the first time, right? So if I would have replaced the seal when I had the motor out and I had the crank off and all that good stuff, I would have needed to go through all of this. But I didn't replace the seal and I got lazy and all that crap. You get me? Like, this could have easily been prevented. So it's better to do things right the first time and get it right and never have to worry about it, than to like be stuck now where the car doesn't run and it's taken apart and I can't take it off for 3 days, man. Like, some things could be easily avoided if we do it right the first time, right? So lesson learned. I hope you guys appreciate the knowledge I'm sharing with you guys. I hope this helps you guys out in some way, shape, or form, and hope it gets some of you guys out through that dark place in your life, you know? I always try my best to help you guys out, share my knowledge, share my wisdom. I'm pretty young myself, but everything I learn I try to share, you know, because that's what we are. We're a community, we're a movement, and I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I'm gonna try to get this car situated and take off that crank bolt, so I'm gonna edit this video, bust it out for you guys, and go ahead and knock that out, guy. I hope you guys appreciated the video. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I hope you guys answer you guys' questions that you guys may have, because I get a lot of the same questions a lot. So I hope this helped you guys in one way or another. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Your support means the world to me. Like, it's just unreal, man. It's unreal what you guys do for me, so I try to get back to my people. I hope you guys appreciate it. If you guys do, make sure to leave a video with a fat thumbs up. I hope you guys have an amazing, blessed day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.